Good evening. It's truly my honor to introduce Leigh Fox tonight. He is the final honoree of tonight. He's a leader who has really achieved great success and brings great pride to the Lindner College of Business family. Tonight we honor Leigh Fox, the President and CEO of Cincinnati Bell, with the 2018 Carl H. Lindner Award for Outstanding Business Achievement. Now, I had the honor to meet Leigh roughly 7 years ago, and it did not take long for me to understand and to figure out Leigh was a special person, but not only a special person, but a special leader. At the time, he was performing an important role as the CFO of CBTS, which is a subsidiary of Cincinnati Bell. When I became the CEO of Cincinnati Bell, my first hire was to promote Leigh to the CFO of the parent company. It turned out to be a critical decision as the business was facing a key inflection point in its history. We had debt that was roughly $2.8 billion. Our wireless business was in serious decline, and our wireline business was, well, I like to ask this question. How many of you in here have a wireline business or wireline at home? That's what I thought, not many. But those that do, I really appreciate the business. You know, it really was a business inclined for over 10 years. Leigh played an absolute critical role in developing a strategy, but also the execution of the strategy. He devised a plan to use the proceeds of the sell-off of the wireless business and the IPO data center business to pay down debt. And I'm happy to say, at the end of last year, the balance sheet of the company was in the best shape it had been in for 15 years. Leigh deserves a lot of the credit for this achievement and was promoted to COO of the organization late last year, or late in 2016. Aside from the great work that Leigh was doing for our company, he was also instrumental in doing great work for our community. He has a deep commitment to give back and understands the corporate, social, and personal responsibility that go along with his success and the success of our company. He is authentic and passionate and caring about his employees and our community. In May of last year, I retired from Cincinnati Bell. In my mind, there was really only one person who was ready to run the company and continue to develop and execute our strategy. That was Leigh Fox. The board of directors agreed, and Leigh was promoted to the CEO of Cincinnati Bell. If you did not know Leigh and understands his many strengths and capabilities, you would say his rise through the ranks of the company was very fast. I must agree, Leigh did rise fast through the company, but he has earned every bit of the success. Leigh is off to a fantastic start as the CEO. He is in the process of transforming the company into two distinct businesses. He has made a couple acquisitions that dramatically increase both the scale and the expansion of the business throughout the country. He has amped up the Cincinnati Bell's role in the community and has continued to focus the culture of the company. He is a true leader in all facets. So please join me as we take a few moments to learn more about Leigh Fox.
We were here at the office real late one night, and you get a little stir crazy. And we just started talking about graduate school, and he's a Harvard business grad. I started to talk about my UC MBA, so of course we started building a spreadsheet on who had the best ROI from their graduate degree, and I won. For me, that ROI was very important, because it is how you got to think about things in life. You have to think about what is the benefit, does it justify the risks you're taking, and for me, it absolutely was worth it, and it paid off in spades. I grew up here in Cincinnati. We were pretty much raised by my mom. What that meant for me is I had to start working at an early age. I remember at 15, I had to get the work permit to start working, earlier than 16, and we all worked, and we all worked our way through it. But I think that gives you a sense of what you need to do in life. I went to undergrad really for my mom. My mom is the one who basically said, you're going to college. My undergrad was great, but it was for something else. It wasn't really for me. And it wasn't really until I got out of my undergrad and I started to gain this really inner engine to learn and improve and become better. And it was more of a passion. Like, I was just very curious about everything. I was engaged at the time to my wife, and she was actually in graduate school. And she actually was the one that really kind of inspired me also to try something new, because, I saw her in graduate school and what she was learning and how excited she was to learn and all the really cool people that she met. She was doing something she was incredibly passionate about, and I want that. I was really excited about going to school in my hometown in UC. My MBA taught me a few very valuable lessons. Your ability to adapt in any situation where they give you more work than you can possibly handle, and mentally you really don't think you can do it, but you begin to compartmentalize the work, and you just step one step at a time, and you do it. And that really is what was incredibly valuable for me in my graduate degree. I was hired right after graduate school, and I got to know some just awesome people, and one of the things that they did for me, I still hadn't gone on a honeymoon, so we're probably 3 years after being married, 3 or 4 years after being married, and I kind of going through one of those moments of like, have I made the right choices? I'm working nonstop, and next thing I know, because of the work I was doing and I was working really hard, he had mentioned to the CFO, and the CFO was kind enough to give me a spot award that basically paid for my honeymoon. So, and honestly, that's the kind of company that Bell is. I'm gonna get choked up.
He's a perfect fit. We're the last of the Bell companies that has Cincinnati in its name, and as a UC graduate, Leigh fits in perfectly. Clearly, I think one of the great things they do at the University of Cincinnati, they teach the deductive thinking, and Leigh does that very naturally. And it has helped him immensely as he works with people here through all walks of life. And Leigh worked his way through the ranks. He did the right thing for the right reason. He was honest and forthright with people, and it paid off, and it's good to see that happen.
I was working incredibly hard, and I was progressing in my career, but I was working nonstop. And I remember I went to a buddy of mine and just said, this just doesn't feel right. There's got to be a bigger purpose, right? He said, have you ever thought of just giving back and start to get involved with a charity? And I said, yeah, I have, but I want to connect myself with something. And that's when they mentioned he was involved with Cancer Free Kids at the time. And that was the first charity that I really got involved in.
We fund the untried idea, the novel, innovative idea that nobody else is going to fund, because that's the game changer. That's looking at solutions in a different way. And so he was part of, all of those conversations early on when we decided that that's how we can make our stamp here, and that's how we can put ourselves out of business. Every event we have, every initiative we have, the Cincinnati Bell is part of it. And that corporate committee that Leigh was serving on, everybody intuitively knows that if Leigh's involved in something, it's something that he really cares about. And that is an example that he's giving to, all of the other employees and other people, that he touches in his life.
That's the kind of company this place is. From day one, it's been incredibly hard. We've gone through a lot, but it's such a giving place. Like, it just, to its employees, to the community, it's just got such a heart. And I've experienced it through the years, and it's been, obviously amazing to me. And I've worked really hard for it, but it's rewarded me for that work in many ways. The spreadsheet was just a spreadsheet, and I would say the education and the process took me so far beyond that spreadsheet that you can't put it in numbers, right? It started with the spreadsheet, it started with the numbers, but then gave me the ability to take that to a whole nother level and really find the things that are so fulfilling in life. And then, look how blessed I am to be in the position I am, in the company that I am in. And it wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened without that education. It wouldn't happen without the realizations that I gained through all that hard work, through filling out that spreadsheet and then moving beyond that spreadsheet and realizing that there's so much more in life.
Leigh, your tireless commitment and passion for the University of Cincinnati, the city of Cincinnati, and our entire community validates this achievement. Please join me on the stage to receive this award.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. This is an amazing honor. I'd like to start by just saying thanks to Ted Torbeck. As you can tell, I'm incredibly honored and blessed to have someone like Ted in my life. I'd also like to thank our chairman, Phil Cox, for his ongoing support, and everyone from Cincinnati Bell who's here tonight, and their spouses and the significant others. Thank you so much. It means the world to me that you're here. I just can't say enough. I'd also like to thank Ellen Flannery and her husband Sam for being here tonight and for being in my video. Thank you for what you do. You truly define what's important in life. There is no nobler cause, and I would encourage everyone in this room to get involved with that organization in some way, shape, or form. So thank you for what you do. I am also blessed to have my family here tonight. Thank you for being here and supporting me. You mean more than me than words can express. Special thanks to my wife. As everyone in this room knows, this is a team sport. And special thanks to my mom and my two sisters who are here. And yes, I'm as shocked as you are. I'd also like to congratulate all the award winners tonight. It truly is an honor to be up here with you and to receive this and be on the same stage as you guys. It is, as I mentioned, a little shocking, but a great honor. So congratulations to everyone. And finally, I'd really like to just say thank you to the University of Cincinnati, to the Lindner College of Business, and everyone associated, especially with the MBA program. Thank you so much for saying yes to my application. And honestly, after meeting some of the young men and women here and seeing some of these videos and some of the accomplishments, thank you so much for saying yes to my application. I am an example of someone who entered the program one person and came out another. It truly changed my life, and everything that I have accomplished in business began there. When Dean Zemansky called me about this award, like Woody, I thought it was for something else. But when he told me about the award, I was honestly in shock, and I think he knew it. And he said, well, Leigh, this really doesn't have anything to do with your grades. And I thought, well, at least it makes a little more sense. But as I was thinking about what to say as the night came a little closer, I realized, like many people in my position do, that what you achieve is not really about you. It's about the people around you, whether, it's family, friends, colleagues. These are the people that push you. These are the people that teach you. And these are the people that inspire you to be so much more than you actually are. And I'm incredibly honored to be surrounded by people who over time have helped me realize that success and happiness are not about a title, a salary, or any kind of status. Success and happiness really come from what you give back in the form of relationships, the love you give back, and the many blessings that you have in your life that you give back to your community. And it's with that in mind that I just want to say thank you so much on behalf of myself, on behalf of Cincinnati Bell and its employees, because let's be honest, I wouldn't be here if it weren't for them. I'm blessed every day to represent them. I'm blessed every day to represent Cincinnati Bell, and I'm blessed every day to represent this great university. So thank you very much.